Hey guys, Troy Marsh here with Marsh Home Group and Keller Williams Consultants. Hope you're doing well. I'm here for the Marsh Minute, February 2023. While the housing market has been heating up so far this year, that's really largely been based on the interest rates going down. And that's been happening all the way from really the end of October, beginning of November, all the way through the end of January. Unfortunately, the last 2 weeks have bucked that trend. Purchase demand in the housing market really has been closely following interest rates over the past 12 months, and the changes from October to January as rates fell off of their peak was absolutely no different. Now, one thing that we're definitely watching and will be very interesting, we'll see if the recent move up in interest rates will coincide with another slowdown, or if the seasonality combined with real life keep the market humming along as it has so far this year. One big indication of a stronger market has been the pending home sales. So numbers had been lagging behind last year over the last few months, but recently they've definitely caught back up, and so far this month they've actually exceeded that. Most conversation is around the sold data, and that's most of what the numbers you see in the media, which really represents what was happening in the market 30 to 60 days ago. And so what we're seeing is that pendings are actually the real indication of what's happening in the market today and what the solds are actually going to look like in the future, so next month and the following month. In January, the pendings were almost the same as January of 2022. However, the solds were actually down pretty significantly. And so far in February, the pendings are actually up over 20%, actually 24% over where they were for the first 2 weeks of February last year. And so what we're really waiting to see is if the rising rates here over the last couple of weeks will cause that pace to slow, or if the buyers power through. So stay tuned to our social media for updates on that as the month continues. So in conclusion, we want to take a look at our top 4 market indicators. The first thing is, after trending good for 3 straight months, interest rates unfortunately have turned back around and they're moving in the upward direction. We are not 100% sure, given that jobs report from a couple weeks ago, along with the consumer price index report today, what's actually going to happen with that in the long term. New listings, which is our second indicator, that has actually still continued to be down. Sellers are kind of unsure as to whether they want to sell their home and their 3% interest rate that they had before. As I mentioned, solds continue to be down when compared to last year at the same time. But again, that's an indication of what the pendings looked like a month or 2 ago. We're starting to see that level off. And then last, but certainly not least, as I mentioned, the pendings have been up in the positive direction. Unfortunately, that for as of right now is my only smiley face that I have to give for our 4 indicators. So thank you so much for jumping on. If you're thinking about buying, whether it's an existing home or a new build, definitely call us, even if you're just thinking about it. And certainly if you're thinking about selling, we'd love to either jump on a phone call or even meet in person just to put a strategy session together. There are a lot of market dynamics happening right now, and we definitely want to make sure that we give you guys the most up-to-date information so we can make sure that we meet you and your family's needs as you're making this huge decision. So thanks again for jumping on, and have an awesome day.